What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today with some PvP. We're going to do some PvP. We're going to talk about some PvP. That is going to be the topic of this video. I wanted to do something about Realm Clash. I recorded like the first half of a video, we should say, but there wasn't too much action going on. Currently in like advancing phase, which means we don't really have anything that we're going on. So that is going to be like a two-part video, which we will put together to make it a little bit more interesting. So you're going to see that in a bit when I have enough nice content to cut that together into a nice video. For today we're going to do some Sword Edge Arena. I'm going to show you some things mainly about IHP. IHP is the hero we are currently running. I want to really make her my PvP carry, and this is possible with XT, and I'm going to explain today how. And we're also going to see some cool PvP footage. The role we're running is crit damage, damage reduction, body protection, ship crusher, and pure flow. And as you know, pure flow is a very, very nice role. It's actually my preferred X tier stat at the moment. Kind of crazy. When salve is inflicted with a control effect, reduces its duration by 1 round. And if you stack that up with PDE core, which also reduces CC duration by 1 round, then you get immune to a ton of CC. Basically all the meta CC, including TBB and Wukong, can no longer do anything to you because their duration is also 2 rounds, and as you reduce CC duration by 2 rounds, the duration becomes 0 and no longer does affect you. So pure flow plus PDE core, essentially CC immunity for her, which is really, really nice. But we have some other stats that I'm hunting for, and maybe we can start off with a little bit of a PvP fight in Sword Edge Arena and kind of see what is going on there. We have OP No 7 on place 1. We're not going to touch that because that is really cool. That is a guildmate of mine. No 7, shout out to you. Strongest Starland Arena player. This man is super quick. It's kind of insane. That's why he also has the place 1 avatar, and I don't have that. So yeah, we are going to fight Dark Rita because he's running mean stuff. I'm not talking about that SSSD TV, which I'm a little bit jealous of. I'll be honest, that is a pretty cool copy. I'm mostly talking about Nova, LBM, and Infinite Era Alikita, which I can never remember the name of, with the time plume that I labeled the strongest hero in the game. Still kind of think so. But Nova LBM kind of coming close. We're going to see that in a second. And in general, maybe before we start, I don't like PvP at the moment. Kinda hate it, I'll be honest. It's way too much focused on death effects. And I don't like stuff that happens after a hero dies. I like stuff that happens when a hero lives. And killing a hero should not be what triggers damage, but it should really be what ends the damage of the hero. And you should kind of invest into having your hero survive, or in defeating the enemies quickly, and not put something on a hero and when it drops dead, the enemy also drops dead. That is kind of stupid in my opinion. We can kind of reduce this speed here a little bit, maybe to 2 speed. That is a little bit better. Otherwise there is a little bit too much going on. Got the, was that an ult even? I don't think that was an ult, it was basic, I think. Pretty good damage that's of course going out. We have to be afraid of this Infinite Era Alikita dying and of this LBM dying. This is going to give us a ton of damage. And there we go, half of our team just dying to on-death effects. And we're not even in the worst situation yet. Yeah, that is something that I don't like. It's the same, of course, with the enemy now. My Infinite Alikita is going to die again. Might just kill his ones. We have a huge burn from his LBM. And yeah, that was just another on-death effect. And we defeated his hero. We even won, which is crazy. But take a look at this. Like, did LBM ever attack? It's still 191 billion. That is just the damage from the Star Soul. This is look at that, 0 here. That is just the damage from the Star Soul when she dies, which is absolutely crazy. Same here. I mean, I'm kind of guilty of that myself. Not of the Nova Star Soul. I currently have that on IHP where it really shouldn't be. IHP, you can kind of run the tentacle one like with the dodge. That is something you can put on her. That is fine. You could run Spectre on her. That would be perfect, actually. The Nova one should really be on LBM. That would be way better. But this is all from Nova. And the thing that is triggering here, and not only triggering me because I think it's rather annoying, but also triggering as a skill, is the last one. This is the last skill, is actually this one. Inflict Nova Orpers on all enemies, burns the target, dealing damage equal to 33% of self-max HP, and you put that on LBM as a priest, and then she kind of burns the enemy. And also I have to put heroes in here again. That is not good that I don't have heroes here. We have to fix that. Let's quickly fix that. I kind of forgot about it. I kind of removed them when I noticed, okay, yeah, we are done with this Star Soul and we don't need more materials. But of course now that we got an enhancement to that. I kind of regret it, I'll be honest. We'll have to see about it. And then, of course, you know, when the hero's dying, kind of triggers this effect, and you put this on LBM, and LBM has her revive ability, which I think is like the last one, where she revives multiple times. I don't even remember which one it is, doesn't matter. And she's a priest, so you can kind of stack a ton of HP on her. And doesn't have too bad tenants if you really only go for HP. Where is she even? I'll scroll over, there she is. You can kind of run Eloise, you can kind of run Vessa, and then you have 2 priest tenants in there giving her a ton of HP, so that works out. And yeah, pretty cool in that regard. Deals a ton of damage to the enemy, even as a support. Just need to put the Nova Star, so makes Nova Star Soul on her, and she will burn the enemy. A bit mad. And she's super expensive, like 180k for an S tier copy, it's crazy. So that is one hero. But now I said we are going to talk about X tier PvP, and I said, well, I want to make IHP my carry there. Why am I carrying hero? The hero that brings me, well, the victory. And how can I do that? Well, I can't really counter Infinite Era Alikita. That is not really possible, because that, ladies and gentlemen, that is mark damage. That is not something that we can counter. We have the Authority Manipulation, then there is Curse of Decay. That is a mark. Mark damage is notoriously difficult to counter. We can not really do anything against that at X tier, which we can't do at other tiers. So there is no special tactic that we can deploy here to counter it. We can, of course, reduce our attack with some debuffs. That is something that works against there, and then maybe we can survive. But what we really can do is we can counter this Nova LBM strategy, because let's take a look again into the skill here, Nova Sacred Flame, and we want to take a look again at this skill. When self dies, inflict Nova Outburst on all enemies. Nova Outburst burns the target. It's a burn. It's a damage over time effect. It's a burn. So that was like when I said, well, wait a second. There is a new stat that also came together with X tier that can kind of help. And if we check out those skills, if I can find them, it is not here. Now I tried literally every button. This one. There we have X tier. Look at that. Right at the top. Burn immunity. And I said, well, yeah, it's kind of funny, haha, makes you immune to Valks. But makes you immune to Valks is a side effect, yeah. It is really the interesting part, makes you immune to the Nova Star Soul. So this stat completely flew under my radar, because I kind of threw in the pool with bleed and poison immunity. Was like, yeah, okay, I mean, like, if you get poison, you get poison. If you get bled, you get bled. But burn is currently PvP meta, is in the teams, is doing a ton of damage over time, and we have a stat that completely nullifies it. Burn immunity. So burn immunity kind of became my second highest priority in PvP rerolling. My god roll at the moment looks something like this. I want to go pure flow for the CC immunity. I want to go burn immunity to counter Nova. I want to go body protection to multiply this all damage reduction and attack buffs to the team. And then I will go with Defier. I kind of like Defier. And then it's really open. The last stat, Desperate Momentum, is pretty cool, because you can sometimes survive big damage. Maybe it could be good against Alikita, I don't know. Skill damage, Ship Crusher, Giant Killer, all of that works for me. But really the combination of burn immunity together with pure flow, and then maybe the body protection on top, ooh, that could be very juicy. So we kind of don't have the burn immunity yet. But you can just imagine how much damage this could take away, like how much less damage we take if we just take out the entire mechanic of Nova, which many enemies have like as their main carry. Like if we just go in here and I click on let's say Galaxy Star, for example, we are going to find Nova LBM. Like it's so common, and many people used Azrael before. I really find, by the way, shout out to you, Galaxy Stars, some really interesting teams that the guy sets up. He set up a ton of teams. He attacked me like a million times and got a pretty good victory streak as well. Like, I got a win there I won, and you can see how many times I got attacked there. I lost Dark Rita once there, then we won. And so it's very interesting. But so many players with the same strategies deployed, with like the Time Plume Alikita, with like the Nova LBM, and it works, it certainly works. But taking this away, we can watch a fight against the Galaxy Star as well, maybe feature this dude in this video too, which could be fairly cool. And but taking one of these strategies completely out of the meta and making our Alekita immune to that, that could be really interesting. TBB still hitting hard. Because we really weren't protected against that. I think this team that he set up with the Alekita is really insane. But honestly might have died. Honestly might have died. The TBB might have died before that if I had the LBM setup. If I had the LBM setup, she might have died before. It's a pretty clear victory here from him. But then again, many people kind of overestimate how much difference the X tiers here really make. Not much different yet than before. We have the pure flow strategy here, of course, but I have many heroes that are not twine immune actually, so that kind of hurts. We don't really make the full use of it, but once we get burn immunity on that, that would be a difference. And if, of course, there was a whale that had multiple X tiers and would like build a team of X tiers, had them burn immune, had them pure flow set up, would be basically immune to CC, basically immune to burn, that would be, of course, very insane. But as many people have already told me, there aren't really any other X tiers there. I don't think there is another X tier on Android yet. On iOS, I don't know if Toad built one. I haven't seen one. Like, the thing was, we had the hero division set up here. Can we see the team still? No, we can't, sadly. But it was in there and it didn't have any X tier. So I don't think he has built one yet. So I might actually still be the only one with an X tier. I haven't seen a third one really yet. So that is the thing. It's also quite difficult to get the material now. Like, if we check this out, there's one at the moment. It's cost 500,000. Isn't really worth 500,000 considering the last prices. Granted, pretty good stats. Rolled decent. So, yeah, I don't know. Quite tough to build an X tier. And also another misconception maybe we can clear up. Many people said, oh, Wraec, build Wukong to X tier. This is a whole nother level of expensive. Like, we used SSS tiers to go to X tier. But if you go from SS tier, and this is a maxed SS tier, it's already like at the max stats, so super high, you have to get a ton of materials extra. Like 2 SS tiers, 1 S tier, 1 A+, and then we are at the beginning of SSS tier, and then we still have to go to the end, which is probably another 3 SS tiers or something. So completely crazy. It cost me like 1 million starry gems to just get to the point where I can make X tier, and then from that point another 700,000 or something. So that would be completely ridiculous. Sadly, we have to take a look at the heroes that we have and kind of make use of that. So at the moment, I could probably make an Eloise for 700,000, but I'm not interested in that. And I could make probably a Mockman, which I thought of. I'll be honest, I thought about that a little bit. But also being honest about that, don't really see it. Don't really see it. So I think SSS is probably a good investment for him. So yeah, that's about it. Currently a little bit annoyed with the PvP meta. I'm hoping for a bit of a change. I'm hoping for a switch to more defensive strategies. I want to see something that counters marks. I want to see something that counters damage over time. So please, DH Games, give us some support heroes that do something against those strategies so we can go to a more sustainish meta. I would like that. And if you like that too, maybe leave a comment down below. Tell me something about PvP. Do you play PvP? Is this a part of the game that you enjoy? For me, I mean, certainly just not right now. And with that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also check out the giveaway. We're still running a 60,000 starry gem giveaway. Well, it will be split between 3 players, so it's 3 times 20k really. 3 times 20k starry gem giveaway. You can find the video on my channel. Or you can go on the SG Hub Discord down in the description and in our SG giveaway channel there and just join the giveaway and have a chance to win 20,000 starry gems for yourself, which will be pretty cool. Can get an A- LFA for that, so that's nice. With that, I wish you guys a great day. We'll see us in the next one.